most like I am excited for the Fantastic Four, but I am really excited for Thunderbolts. And you and I have been kind of. I feel like we're like one of the only people on YouTube hype about this. I don't see a lot of people hype about Thunderbolts like we are. But let's talk about it. So there was a trailer that came out for Thunderbolts, and a lot of people are shocked. I feel like a lot of people thought that. Do you feel the same where you like a lot of people thought that this was going to be a bad film? Or is
I
it
never
just
thought
me?
it was going to be a bad movie.
No,
I
no,
literally
no,
never.
no. I'm saying like, did you feel like other people in our space thought that this was going to be bad? I feel like a lot of people were kind of questioning this film a lot and thinking like, is
Yeah,
this going to be bad or
you
good?
know,
Like, one was definite.
I think that there are a lot of characters in the show that people aren't familiar with, and I think it's easier for people to get hyped up when they see comic fans get hyped up about something. Or like I feel like people get so hyped up about Sentry because Sentry looks like a classical superhero. He's got the trunks, as much as I hate him. He's got the cape. He's jacked. The long hair is a little unique, but the rest of it, he just looks like a classical superhero. And but he's not really a significant character in the Marvel universe. And it's just like it was a major it was a big revelation about our fandom for me when people got hyped up about Sentry. And I just don't think that any of that really applies. Like the reasons that non-comic fans get hyped up about certain characters, I don't think that really applies for a lot of the characters in the Thunderbolts. I don't really think it applies to Yelena, even though people kind of like her. I definitely don't think it applies to Ghost. I don't think it applies to U.S. Agent, although I think, people should like him. I love him. And, who's the other? Oh, and Bucky, people like, obviously. But, I think this is an important movie for Marvel because it is the first new team, like, in a really long time. We haven't seen a new team be introduced to the Marvel Universe since the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's a very long time since we've had anything like that. But the Thunderbolts, I think, is a cool story. I'm really curious to how it's going to play into the main storyline that's going to be driving Doomsday and Secret Wars, because it does seem like an oddball on that story track. And I hope it ties in, because I think we need more projects to tie into that storyline than less at this point.
100% agree. So let's read the breakdown of this and then let's talk more about it. So the footage begins with Yelena paying a visit to the Red Guardian to tell her adoptive father that there's something wrong with her, that she does not feel fulfilled by her work at all. We then get quick shots of Ghost, Bucky Barnes, and U.S. Agent and Taskmaster as they all converge in the same location and begin to fight it out to the strains of Pixies, where is my mind. Yelena comes to the realization that they all have been sent to the same place in hopes that they'll take each other out, which is when they meet Bob, played by Lewis Pillman. We don't see him in Sentry mode, unfortunately, but rumor has it that he does indeed suit up at some point in the movie, and we do see him grab the Sentry belt, which a lot of fans are hyped about. We then see more of the team in action, along with Valentina greeting this crew of crazy freaking assassins, and the trailer ends with a fun scene with Red Guardian droning on, and Yelena telling her new team that she finds it best to try to ignore him. This is one of the best trailers I've seen in a while. I ain't gonna lie. The fight scene with Ghost was actually insanity. Did you see that fight scene with Ghost, bro? Where she was
Uh,
phasing and grabbing the knot, like,
yeah,
bro, they freaking threw the knives. She phased out and phased back in and grabbed it, bro. I was like, what is going on?
it does look good. I do think they need to figure something out with Ghost storyline, because, you know, I just feel like in and I like all three of the Ant-Man movies. I think the Ant-Man trilogy is probably one of the most underrated trilogies or movies individually in the MCU. And I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I think a lot of Ghost's story worked in that movie because of Lawrence Fishburne as I forget his character's name, but they're gonna have to make her work without that. And there are other characters in the story, but that's what I'm curious about. I know the action is gonna be cool. I have no doubt about that. We have Bucky in there. We have U.S. Agent. I mean, we are gonna get some like top tier
In for a
action.
treat. So with Ghost, they do need to, and it's not going to be hard for them to give a explanation. The only plot hole is that in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the reason why Ghost was like doing all this stuff was to find a cure for her powers, for her to control it, because she had a hard time trying to control her powers. So you have to give Ghost a reason. My guess is that maybe what they gave her stopped working. So Valentina is probably the one that saved her, which sent her on this, because the whole premise is that Valentina sent all of them in that room where they all fought each other. And
Yeah.
maybe that was gonna be like a last man standing, but then they become a team. Who knows? So they do have to figure that out.